Have you ever felt like you're permanently on the outside looking in? You watch others, colleagues, acquaintances, people who don't seem to work any harder than you, move through rooms with a quiet gravity. Doors open for them. Conversations pivot to their ideas. Respect is given, not earned through relentless hustle. And you do everything you're told. You're competent, you're reliable. You wait patiently for your turn, only to watch the game continue without you. This feeling, this quiet frustration of being perpetually overlooked, isn't a sign of your inadequacy. It's a signal that you're playing by a visible surface-level set of rules, while real influence operates on a different, unseen frequency. It's not a popularity contest. It's a strategic philosophy. And for over 2,000 years, one school of thought has mastered the architecture of quiet power, Stoicism. Today, we are going to move you from spectator to strategist. We are going to dismantle the myth that influence is seized through force and rebuild it as something you cultivate with patience, insight, and unshakable self-mastery. These are not tricks. They are principles. 13 Stoic principles for building influence that doesn't shout but resonates. Let's begin with the foundation. 1. The power of the second chair. Your instinct, when you want to impress someone important, is to shine. To showcase your brightest ideas, your sharpest wit, your most impressive achievements. You believe your value is a lighthouse, and you must beam it directly at them. This is the first and most common critical error. In the presence of established authority, your brilliance isn't always received as light. Often it's felt as heat, a threat. Understand this. Many who hold positions of power guard their status fiercely. Their ego can be a fragile thing, intertwined with their position. When you come in, full of energy and new ideas, you risk making them feel diminished, outdated, or challenged. The Stoic shift is radical. Your goal is not to occupy the first chair, but to master the second. Your role is not to be the soloist, but the essential part of the orchestra that makes the soloist sound sublime. How? Stop presenting your ideas as your victories. Begin framing them as natural extensions of their vision. Instead of saying, "Here's my great idea," try, "That reminds me of your point last week about efficiency, which led me to think we could." You are connecting your insight to their intellectual territory. Ask questions you already know the answer to, questions that guide them gently to the conclusion you've reached. When they articulate it, they own it, and they see you as the catalyst for their own genius. You become the silent architect. By lifting them, you don't diminish yourself. You make yourself indispensable to their elevation. You are not a competitor for the throne. You become the trusted advisor who helps build it. This is strategic support, not submission. It is the art of making their success your signature achievement. 2. Cultivate benign mystery. We live in a culture of overwhelming transparency. We are taught to be open books, to share our processes, our desires, our vulnerabilities. But in the dynamics of influence, premature transparency is a leash. The moment someone knows exactly what you want from them, they hold the leverage. Your need becomes a weakness they can negotiate against, or worse, ignore. The Stoic practice here is to cultivate what I call benign mystery. It is not about being deceptive or secretive in a malicious way. It is about understanding that what is hidden holds value, and what is fully revealed can be dismissed. When you are in conversation with someone you wish to influence, train yourself to lead with curiosity, not revelation. Let the focus be on them, their challenges, their philosophies, their view of the world. The less you say about your own agenda, the more space you create for their mind to wander. Why is this person so interested in my work? What might they be thinking? This curiosity is a magnet. They begin to project onto you to fill the quiet spaces with their own assumptions, often casting you in a more intriguing light. Think of it like this: a closed door prompts questions. An open door is simply a passageway. By holding your core intentions with quiet assurance, you become the closed door that people feel compelled to approach. You are not giving them a manual on how to interact with you. You are inviting them to engage on terms that preserve your autonomy and spark their interest. This controlled ambiguity is a cornerstone of quiet authority. 3. Frame everything as mutual benefit. The language of need is the language of the subordinate. I need your help. I was hoping for an opportunity. Can you spare some time? This framing immediately places you in a one-down position, appealing to charity. The powerful are inundated with these requests. They develop a psychic filter for them. The Stoic reframe is to speak the language of mutual benefit. Before any interaction, you perform a mental shift. You move from asking, "What can I get?" to "What can I offer that aligns with what they value?" Your entire approach becomes an exercise in solving their problems, not listing your own. This requires homework. What is this person currently struggling with? What is a thorn in their side? What is a goal they've publicly stated? Your opening becomes not a request, but a proposal. I've been thinking about the logistical challenge you mentioned last quarter, and I have a concept that might simplify it. Or, your focus on team culture made me revisit our onboarding process. I have some notes if you're interested. Suddenly, you are not a drain on their time and energy. You are a source of solutions. You have moved from the category of supplicant to the category of ally or problem solver. This is how partnerships are built. You are not taking. You are trading value for value. And in that exchange, you build legitimate influence that is rooted in respect, not pity. 4. The art of strategic withdrawal. In our hyper-connected world, we equate constant availability with dedication. We rush to reply to emails, we jump on every call, we make sure we are ever present. This seems logical, but it is a profound miscalculation. Familiarity, when it becomes constant, breeds not appreciation but expectation. Your presence becomes a given, a piece of the background furniture. The Stoic understands that true value is often dictated by scarcity. This isn't about playing games. It's about a psychological principle. We desire what we cannot always have. Your time, your attention, your insight. These must be perceived as valuable resources, not unlimited commodities. Practice the art of strategic withdrawal. This means not being perpetually on call. It means allowing a reasonable pause before responding to non-urgent requests. It means occasionally missing a peripheral meeting to focus on deep, high-value work. When you are not always visible, your appearances become more potent. People begin to think, where are they? What important thing are they working on? Your absence creates a narrative. When you do engage, your focus is undiluted and your contributions are sharper. Your time is received as a gift, not an entitlement. You teach people how to treat you by what you are willing to make rare. You stop chasing validation through constant presence and start commanding respect through calibrated absence. 5. Become a reflective surface. At its heart, connection is the feeling of being deeply understood. One of the most powerful yet subtle ways to create this feeling is to become a reflective surface for the person you're with. This is not imitation, it is attunement. Observe them closely. What is their communication rhythm? Fast and decisive? Slow and contemplative? What metaphors do they use? Sports, war, engineering, nature? What are their core values as expressed in their language? Integrity, innovation, loyalty, growth. Now, subtly match that frequency. If they speak in brisk, direct sentences, match that clarity. If they ponder and speak in stories, allow space for narrative. Weave their own metaphors into your responses. If they value data, lead with numbers. If they value vision, paint a picture. This act of mirroring works on a subconscious level. It signals without words, I am like you, I speak your language, I operate in your world. It bypasses intellectual skepticism and builds instant rapport. You are not shouting your own story across a canyon. You are walking silently beside them, reflecting the landscape they already know and love. In your presence, they hear a familiar and therefore trustworthy echo of their own best self. 6. Control the flow of insight. We are drowning in information but starved for insight. Data is cheap. Wisdom, curated, contextual, clarifying wisdom is priceless. Most people in power are surrounded by voices telling them what they want to hear, or by noise that simply adds to the confusion. Your path to indispensability is to become a gatekeeper of genuine insight. This means you listen more than you speak, with the specific intent of understanding their key pressures and blind spots. Then you become a filter for the world, bringing them only the information that is relevant, analyzed, and actionable. Don't just forward an article. Summarize it in 3 bullet points and connect it directly to a challenge they face. Don't just report a problem. Offer 2 potential solutions with pros and cons. Your role is to reduce their cognitive load, not add to it. When you consistently provide clarity amidst chaos, you transition from being a contact in their network to being a vital cognitive asset. They will start to rely on you, not for flattery, but for the rare commodity of clear thinking. You become the lens that brings the blurred world into focus for them. 7. Forge alliances through shared frustration. Shared interests build pleasant connections. Shared indignation forges unbreakable bonds. There is a profound tribal power in having a common enemy, even if that enemy is an inefficient process, a bureaucratic hurdle, or a competitor's dishonest tactic. Pay close attention to what the person you wish to influence genuinely dislikes or struggles against. Where is their righteous anger? Align yourself with that struggle. This is not about petty gossip. It is about standing shoulder to shoulder against a shared obstacle. Your language becomes we. You're right, that system is holding us back. I've also noticed how they undermine progress, and it's frustrating. This alliance moves you from the category of colleague to comrade in arms. You are validated in your shared struggle. This creates a depth of trust that transactional exchanges never can. You are no longer just working together, you are fighting the same battle. And there is no bond stronger than that, forged in the trenches of a shared, righteous frustration. 8. Step into their aspired self. Every person carries an internal avatar, an idealized version of who they believe themselves to be or who they wish to become. The wise leader, the innovative disruptor, the compassionate mentor, the shrewd strategist. Your most powerful move is to identify this aspirational self and consciously step into the complementary role that allows it to shine. You become the supporting actor for the lead role they are trying to play. If they aspire to be seen as a visionary, become the pragmatic implementer who asks, how can we make this vision real? If they wish to be the respected sage, become the earnest disciple who seeks their counsel on weighty matters. If they see themselves as a rebel, become the loyal ally who helps challenge the status quo. You are not being fake. You are recognizing their desired narrative and offering yourself as a crucial character within it. You are providing the audience their performance craves. In doing so, you validate their deepest self-concept, and they will associate that profoundly gratifying feeling with your presence. You become a key part of the story they are telling themselves about their own life. 9. Be the unmoved center. Environments of power are often ecosystems of chaos, tight deadlines, high stakes, emotional pressures, and competing egos. Most people in these environments add to the turbulence with their own anxiety, urgency, and drama. Your supreme strategic value is to become the exact opposite, the unmoved center, the calm in the storm. When tension is high, your voice is measured. When panic spreads, your demeanor is steady. When others bring problems laced with emotion, you respond with clarity and focus on solutions. This Stoic composure is not indifference. It is commanding presence. It communicates that the situation, however chaotic, is not in control of you. You are able to navigate it. Your calmness becomes a sanctuary for others, especially for the person in charge who feels the weight of it all. They will begin to rely on you not just for your work, but for the psychological stability you provide. You become their anchor. In your presence, the storm feels manageable. This emotional utility is a form of influence that runs deeper than any skill on a resume. You become the person they need to have in the room when everything is on the line. 10. Practice formlessness. Most people are rigid. They have a fixed style, a single mode of operation, a "this is just who I am" attitude. This makes them predictable and therefore easy to manage, counter, or ignore. The Stoic influencer practices formlessness. Like water, they have no rigid shape of their own. They adapt to the container they are in. In one meeting, you may need to be assertive and direct. In another, you may need to be observational and supportive. With one person, you lead with data. With another, you lead with story. This is not losing your core integrity. Your principles remain solid. Your methods, however, are fluid. You cannot be pinned down. You cannot be easily categorized or predicted. This adaptability is incredibly powerful. It allows you to move seamlessly between different groups, personalities, and challenges, connecting with each on their own terms. You are not a hammer seeing every problem as a nail. You are a full toolbox. This versatility makes you universally useful and quietly formidable. 11. Engineer gentle dependence. Ultimate security and influence come not from being liked, but from being needed. The goal is to become quietly, gently irreplaceable in a specific, crucial niche. This isn't about being a generalist who does everything okay. It's about identifying one vital, often overlooked, function that is critical to the ecosystem of the person you're aligned with. It could be managing a complex but essential process, interpreting specific data, maintaining a key relationship, or having a unique technical skill. Become the absolute master of that one thing. Own it so completely that the very thought of it brings your name to their mind. When they think, "Who can handle X?" the answer is you and only you. You have engineered a functional dependence. This dependence creates a profound, unspoken leverage. You are no longer just an employee or associate. You are a vital organ in their operational body. This position grants you stability, respect, and a unique form of power that is rooted in your undeniable specific value. 12. Architect the choices. The apex of subtle influence is not in making the decision for someone, but in designing the framework within which they make their own choice. Most people, when faced with a decision, are paralyzed by infinite options or swayed by the last compelling argument they heard. Your role is to become the architect of the choice menu. When you need to guide an outcome, you don't advocate for a single option. Instead, you present two, or at most three, carefully crafted paths forward. The genius is in the curation. All paths are reasonable, but one is clearly the most logical, most aligned with their stated goals, or most low risk. You are not forcing, you are simplifying. You are reducing their cognitive burden while steering the ship. They feel the autonomy of choice. While you have expertly shaped the landscape, so that the best destination is also the most natural and easy to choose. This is influence at its most elegant. You guide the outcome while allowing them to own the decision completely. 13. Cultivate radical internal authority. All these principles rest on one non-negotiable foundation. Your power cannot be borrowed. If your sense of worth, confidence, and validation is sourced externally from the approval of a boss, the praise of peers, the metrics of success, you are perpetually vulnerable. Your influence will be shaky, contingent on the whims of others. The final and most important Stoic principle is to build your fortress within. This is radical internal authority. It means your self-worth is derived from your own standards, your own integrity, your own commitment to growth. You judge yourself by a code you have written, not by applause you receive. When you operate from this inner citadel, everything changes. You no longer seek influence. You embody a gravity that attracts it. You don't need to manipulate outcomes because your peace isn't attached to them. People in power sense this profound self-containment. It is intriguing and, frankly, intimidating in the best way. They recognize it as the one form of power they cannot bestow or take away. You become untouchable not because you are above others, but because you are centered in yourself. From this place of unshakable autonomy, all the other principles flow naturally. You can play the second chair without feeling like a secondary person. You can be mysterious without being insecure. You can offer value without being transactional. You become a peer, not a petitioner. Your influence is no longer a tactic. It is a manifestation of your inner state. This is the true Stoic path. It begins and ends not with a strategy for the world, but with the absolute mastery of the world within you. It is the long game, the only game where the victory is not just a seat at the table, but the unshakable knowledge that you built the table yourself, and you are free to leave it whenever you choose. If this path of quiet power resonates with you, if you are ready to trade the exhausting chase for external validation for the profound strength of inner authority, then your next step is clear. Like this video, it's a signal to yourself and to this channel that you are committing to this deeper way of operating. And to ensure you continue this journey, subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery. Every week we break down these ancient principles and apply them to the modern challenges of career, creativity, and personal power. Your influence awaits, not in the spotlight you chase, but in the unshakable ground you stand upon. Build that ground today.